Hey there folks, Aldershot here, and today we're going to do an early look into Bloodstar, developed by Dark Screen Games. And if you're unfamiliar with our early look series, it's when we take a look at games that are not quite ready for the market. Often they are still in Steam Greenlight or on Kickstarter, and Bloodstar very much fits into that category, as it's definitely on both of those things right now. It's on Steam Greenlight currently, and it's on Kickstarter as well, and asking for a very reasonable 3,000 euros, which is actually not that much, especially in comparison to some of the other video game Kickstarters that I've seen in the past. So, you know, they're really not asking for that much, and I feel this game hasn't really been getting the exposure that it kind of deserves, because I've been playing this very early version that they sent me, and I've been having a lot of fun with it. Alright, let's actually get into it so I can show you what it's all about. We'll load a game that we already got started, as this game is very interesting. It's definitely genre blending. It's a combination of isometric shooters as well as ARPG. Okay, so this is our character. As you can see, you know, it is very much, at least at first impression, a isometric shooter, you know, but there is a lot of ARPG elements in this game, such as random loot, a whole bunch of customization options, leveling up, XP, etc, etc. So all of that kind of stuff that you expect in ARPGs. Okay, so there's actually one thing I want to quickly do before I start. I'll explain all this in just a little bit. Alright, I want to actually get into the game just so I can quickly show you some of the gameplay. Alright, we're going to just jump into a mission here. So as I as I was saying, it is an ARPG shooter. Very interesting genre blending. And as you can see, you know, I'm getting random loot already, which is very, you know, Diablo or Path of Exile or Grim Dawn, you know, esque, as you would. And it's a bit bullet hellish as well. As you progress through this level, you'll see that as well. There's going to be lots and lots of enemies, and you fire a whole bunch of different bullets and nasty things at you, and it's all bad. Now, luckily, you have this really fancy ability that I'm doing here. You know, this little dash attack, but it's not just for movement. You also get a lot of invincibility frames while doing it, and as you can see, I'm also reflecting enemy projectiles back at the enemies, doing damage to them. If I bump into them, it also does damage to them. So this dash little mechanic is really interesting, very unique to this game alone. I really like it. It's very action oriented. It keeps the game flowing very quickly, and keeps you on your toes as well. Because, well, if you don't do this, you're going to get shot, because there is a lot of bullets, as you just saw there. And I actually ate a bunch of damage because I wasn't ready for that. I'm getting a lot of loot and XP though. Now, I should also mention, if you kill enemies in succession, as in like just a whole bunch of enemies in a row, you'll start getting point chains, and that'll accumulate XP bonuses as well. As you would expect with these kind of ARPG-ish kind of games. So it's pretty cool. I really like the idea of genre blending, you know, isometric shooters with ARPG elements, as I'm a huge fan of both genres, to be honest, especially the ARPG side, and this is a very unique take on the genre, I must say. And not to mention, I'm sure you've already noticed, the visuals is quite gorgeous. It has this kind of comic book-esque style to it. It's 2D, you know, in a 3D plane, as you can see. It kind of reminds me of Don't Starve a little bit, but obviously it has its own sort of illustration style, but it's beautifully rendered. Like, beautifully illustrated. Just look at it. It's very top-notch design. It's definitely, like, the visuals is definitely something that caught me at first glance of this game. Definitely something that brought interest to me to Bloodstone. Bloodstone. Is it Bloodstone or Bloodstar? I don't remember now. I'm a terrible, terrible game impressionist. But anyways, the game looks gorgeous is what I'm trying to say. It looks really, really nice. And it definitely helps set it apart in this genre of games. Anyways, let's kind of talk about some of the more intricate parts of the game. I kind of talked about, you know, the random loot and a whole bunch about the ARPG elements of this game, which is very enjoyable, very unique to its own. But let's actually talk about the nitty-gritty and how you can actually start customizing your character. So let's go into that. So as you can see, this is my inventory bag. I have a whole bunch of guns I've been collecting already. And you can put whatever guns you choose to use, obviously probably the ones with the highest damage, into your hotbar. Now something I do want to mention is that, you know, this is a very, very early build that the developer sent me so I can show you guys. And because of that, what was I going to say? Oh yes, because of that, it only supports the D-pad controller right now. Keyboard and mouse doesn't really function all that well for this game currently. But anyway, so the reason I bring that up is because the hotbar, in this case, will be the directional pad if you're using the Xbox 360 controller. So you can have upwards to 4 weapons hotbarred, essentially. And I got a variety of different weapons. I'll show them off now. This one shoots like little, I don't know, rounded things that bounces around, which is kind of cool. Let's see, and then I got this one here, which shoots a very interesting laser beam, sort of shotgun-ish kind of weapon. It's very interesting. High damage, very high damage, short range, as you would expect. Alright, so let's see, what other ones do I have here? You already saw that one. That one shoots off a drone, and this one shoots off little arrows and doodads. So, you know, as you can see, you know, there's different guns that you can collect, and as mentioned before, their stats will be procedurally generated, much like in Path of Exile or Diablo, let's say. Alright, so there is that, and you can actually customize these weapons even further with categories or sub-customizations or whatever you want to call it. So let's go into that. And here you are. You have green upgrades, red upgrades, and blue upgrades. Greens represent things that power up its special effects. You know, whether it be it's lightning or it's electricity or fire, or etc., etc. You know what I'm trying to say, right? And then there's red that usually increases the DPS output. And then there's blue, which upgrades you know, its firing rate and its firing pattern as well. So you can kind of change how the weapon shoots by using these different kinds of upgrades. And you can get a variety of different ones, like this one shoots a module, this one shoots bullet chains, so, and all that kind of crazy stuff. So let's check out the bullet chain, why not? And you can actually upgrade these even further by actually leveling them up with what they call bloodstones. Okay, now something's very interesting about the bloodstones, alright? So let's get into the character sheet here. You actually, you know, the game doesn't actually automatically level you up when you do get a level up. You actually have to manually do it by spending bloodstones. So you use bloodstone for a variety of different things. You also use bloodstones to buy extra lives as well, so you don't have to restart the dungeon every time you die. And you use bloodstone to level up, which we'll do now. And you also use bloodstone to level up your equipment customization. So it's very interesting. I love the way they got it handled, because there's one very valuable resource kind of plays a very intricate and interesting role in the micromanagement aspect of this game, which is very interesting. I like that, okay? I like that a lot, actually, because it really makes you kind of have to think about whether you want to upgrade your character directly, or you want to upgrade a customization that you have invested in on a certain weapon to kind of fulfill a certain build that you have in mind, or you want to spend that valuable resource, which is bloodstone, on extra lives, so you don't have to go through the tedious task of restarting the level when you die. And you will die in this game. As you can see, there's a lot of enemies. There's a lot of bullets. The developers have mentioned that they are aiming to make a challenging game with a high skill ceiling, and I can definitely appreciate that, and it's definitely something I'm looking forward to, as I do enjoy those sort of games quite a lot, actually. Alright, so let's take a look back into the customization, because there's actually a few more things I want to show you. As you can see already, this game features a lot of various upgrade potential already. Now there's also the equipment screen as well. Currently I think it's just aesthetics. I don't think it actually upgrades any actual stats, but let's just take a look at it. It's kind of like TF2 hats. You know, I can wear a football helmet or a baseball cap. I haven't gotten these unlocked yet. You can unlock more as you level up, as you would expect. And let's see, I'm using an eye patch now. I can also be a burglar, or have cool shades on, or have a third eye. You can't see it right now because I have a cowboy hat on. Let's wear cool sunglasses, and let's see the mouthpiece. Let's give him a nice mustache. There you go. He's all cowboyed up, pretty nifty, pretty nifty. I mean, it's just aesthetics, but it's really cool that they threw it in here. It definitely adds a degree of character. And remember, this is just an early build. I can't even imagine what they're going to do once this game's actually finished. Can you tell I'm excited about this game? I'm kind of excited about this game. Let's see, what else can you kind of level up? You can also level up various abilities as well, which I kind of want to go into. This dash ability that I've been kind of talking about, this is actually his shorts cooldown ability. He also has a long cooldown ability, which is this that I'm using right now, which that was a poor example because it didn't work at all. Let's see here. Let's change this to... no, let's change... no, that's not what I'm trying to do. Excuse me, here we go. Here we go, this is what I'm trying to do. Alright, so this is the long cooldown ability, which is on cooldown, because I just used it, of course. But this dash is the slow cooldown ability. I already kind of showed you what some of the other short cooldown abilities can do, you know. I'll go into it again real quick, just in case I didn't, because I do that sometimes. I'm still getting used to the controls a little bit, so bear with me, guys. So yeah, you saw dash, and this is clone, as you can see. And this is multiply dash, you know, so various different kinds of short cooldown abilities. And I'll show you the long cooldown ability. So this is one, this is like a healing orbital attack where anything that hits will heal you. Then you also have a straight up DPS one, which we'll have to wait for the cooldown on this one as well. But I think you guys kind of get the idea. You know, this game, as far as customizations and build potential, it has a lot of potential. There we go, that's the DPS one. We'll go into the test arena, which is kind of an area where you can kind of test what you got going on for your builds, as well as kind of just grinding for a little bit of XP as well. We're actually going to change our build a little bit, kind of screw that up a little bit there. I actually like the dash ability a bit more because it's very, very utility. So there is that. And we'll go with it. We'll go with it. Anyways, as I was saying, as you can see, you know, the game already is showing, even in this very early build that the developer sent me, a lot of different build and customization potential, which is quite fantastic. You know, I'm very, very excited about this game because, well, first of all, it looks gorgeous and very, very unique. I love the illustration style of it. I love how fast the gameplay feels as well. And I love ARPGs, and this game definitely is doing it right. You know, it's doing a lot of very interesting things. And I'm excited to see where the developers are going to take it with further development. And unfortunately, you know, this is, you know, even though it's asking for a very reasonable 3,000 euros, which again is not all that much compared to a lot of other video game Kickstarters, is not getting a lot of attention or a lot of exposure, which I'm a little saddened about, because even again in this early demo preview that the developer sent me, it's showing a high degree of quality already, and I can't imagine what that, you know, 3,000 euro will help do for this game. So definitely check out their Kickstarter. and at the very least vote them up on Steam Greenlight. You know, this game definitely deserves to get out there. It deserves a lot more attention and exposure than it's already getting. I'm hoping that I can help provide at least a tiny bit of that. I know my channel is only small, but it's something, right? And hopefully the viewers out there are enjoying what they're seeing, and with that enjoyment, hopefully that they will just support the game, simply even by thumbing it up on Steam Greenlight or telling their friends about it. You know, this game I'm very excited about. It looks quite fantastic, and even in this early version, I'm enjoying the game already. And again, excited to see where this game is going to head down the road. So there you go, guys. It's Bloodstone. It's very, very cool. It's really, really cool. It has a lot of really interesting ideas. You know, I love the idea. I love the look of it. I love the genres that it's combining. And I'm just excited to see this game move on to further development. Anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Hope you guys found this informative. If you did, you know, show me some love, like, share, fave, and comment.